G'day all, welcome to Southern Cross Amateur Astro. I'm Mark and I'm bringing you another astrophotography tool video user guide. And in this one we're going to take a look at the Img Tab and what happens in there. So let's get straight into it. Now the Img Tab has some useful features to look at. The very first thing we'll do is I'll talk about the folders and the thumbnail images etc. first, I think. Simply because it's easier, then I can show you the others as we go along. So first off is your folder control. Depending on what your setting is in your APT settings, down here on your main tab here you can set it to hide the folders, or you can even hide the thumbnails if you wish. But if you have that set, it will not display folders. To get to folders you either move up and you won't have anything listed there, but to actually change folders and know where you are, simply click on this address here and that opens your folder browser and you can pick which folder you want to go to. So I'll select that one and that takes me back to there. Holding down shift and clicking on it will actually open the folder in your Windows Explorer, just for something a little different. Now to navigate through the folders when you do have them on the display, it's simply a case of double clicking on them and it can go in, and that way you open up your various folders. Once you open a folder up with images in it, it will show you thumbnails of the images if you have thumbnails selected. It gives you a total number of the images, and that's the same as what you get over here. Just remember that these won't update unless you manually go in and change the folder. So if you change targets during the night, it will not go in and update the image count because it will be stuck on the folder you last selected. So now I'll start going through a few things because I can do it now. The first thing we have up here is your preview effects, and these are effects applied to your image preview in the main screen here. We'll go in and have a look at these. Now if you've got a Canon EOS selected connected, you can do Live View Plus, which attempts to improve the images in your live view. With this you're probably better off using the histogram to stretch your images that way rather than trying to use Live View Plus. It probably works a little bit better, but it's there if you want to use it. LV Stack, this is another one that you can get from your EOS cameras. In your settings on the Advanced tab you can set a number of images to stack for your live view. This is handy if you're taking very short images, so your live view will stack whatever number of images you've got there. So that's another one you have there. As again, these both only work for Canon EOS cameras. Then you have pretty basic ones here where you can flip your images. I'm just going to stretch these at the moment so you can see what's going on. You can flip it horizontally, vertical, both pretty basic. You can have a sharpness applied to it. It's probably a bit much for me, but as you can see it creates a bit of noise, but if you want to do that you can. You can turn it negative, so this could be handy for you. Now gamma, each time you click it, it will increase it by 0.25 up to 3. Double clicking on it resets it back to normal. You also have rotate counterclockwise, where it will move it, clockwise, not counterclockwise, where it will rotate at 90 degrees each time. You click on it. And then you have brightness, which works the same way as the gamma. It adds a little bit, it only goes up to 2. But likewise double clicking on it will reset it back to normal. So that's your preview effects there. Now you have an option in your advanced settings in APT to remember these between sessions. I don't have that turned on, but you can, so that when you come back later on the same preview effects will be in effect, and that's if you want to do it that way. So I'm going to close that down now. So that's your preview effects. Then you got your image preview. These are the same as the ones on your camera tabs. You can turn it off, one-to-one fit, or one-to-one with scroll. So you can set that up if you want to. I just go back to fit for now. then you've got these buttons here, navigate you through your thumbnails and loads the image into your preview, so you can go one image at a time. So that'll move you through one image each time you click on it, one image on that way, the other way, or you can go through the first or the last image. So I'll click on going to the first, and you go to the first image in the file. So I'm going to turn off auto stretch for a minute here, because the button in the middle here is image center thumbnail, and what this does, it creates a thumbnail at 1:1 centered on the middle of your image. So if I click on that, you'll see my thumbnails now centered on the middle of the image, and that does it for all of them. Very handy to keep an eye on, so you might see how your tracking or guiding's going. You might be getting elongated stars, or the conditions are changing and you're getting, you know, fuzzy images, or you're losing light or whatever because some clouds are rolling across. But that just gives you a quick and easy way to have a quick look 1:1 about what's happening in your image. I generally leave that on because if I want to have them selected, it doesn't affect your preview here. So that's what it has there. Though these thumbnails are of course affected by stretching, so if I stretch that, that's pretty much useless. So I'm going to clear that again. So it makes them useful there. With your images in here, you can either use your, like I said, the buttons here to move through the particular images, or another way to do it is simply double click on the image, and that loads that particular image. The one with a tick is what's loaded in your preview here. So that's another way to get to a different preview image. What have we got next? Oh yes, if you hold down shift and double click on an image, it will load that image into a program that's associated with it. So this, it's loaded up into my ASI Fits view, so it just loads it up in there if you hold down shift and double click. Now if you're using a DSLR and saving JPEG files as well as your RAW files, going control shift and double clicking on it will load that image into the appropriate program as well. I'll go up here a few levels. I'll go to camera on. I don't know if I've got any images in here that are going to be worth using. I think, yeah, this is an incomplete one, so I think I had the filter cover. But if I hold down control shift and double click on that, it opens up in my Earth and View browser, and I can get in and have a look. So whatever program you've got associated with it. So that's what happens there. I'm going to go back to where I was. CCD1, camera monitor. These aren't sim images. These are actually images I took with my normal rig. I've just copied them here so you can have a look at it. Coming down the bottom here now, you have a refresh button, which, as it says, it refreshes the images in here and will reload them for you. If you've just started APT and haven't taken any images, when you start a session, clicking go to last taken will take you to the last image taken in the last session. Just a note, this does include things like point craft ones and things like that. So just be aware of that. If you've been imaging during this session and you need to change your folder to update your images or whatever, clicking on go to last will simply take you to the last image you're taking and will update your count and everything on your images. It's the easiest way to get there rather than running through folders. The info button simply loads up the FITS header information that you've got, so you can review your FITS header information if you need to. And finally, the delete button. I'm going to go to the last one in here. I had some fog rolling in at the end of the session, so this is poor quality guiding at the time, of course. So by having that selected, make sure it's got the tick on it down here, because that's the currently selected image. Simply go to the delete button. Oops, why did that turn off? Go to the delete button. It'll pop up confirmation, click less, and that image is gone. It's not totally gone, it's gone into your recycle bin, so you can get it back if you make a mistake, but that's how your delete button works. And basically that's it. That's your image tab. Any queries, leave in the comments below, and I'll get back to you if I can. But I think I'll leave this one here now. Wish you all very clear skies. Chat to you in another video. Take care, everyone.